Very small Chinese community. But my dad is a talkie.
Multicultural Awards. My name is John Calacarinos. I'm the Deputy Chair of the ACT's Multicultural Advisory Council, and it's my pleasure and privilege to be your MC here this evening. I'd like first of all to acknowledge the Ngunnawal people, the traditional owners of the land on which we are gathered here today. I'd also like to acknowledge and welcome any other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are in attendance here tonight. And Warren Daly I got to meet earlier, so I acknowledge him in particular.
So thank you very much for that, John. So my name's Warren Daly. I'm happy to give this welcome to country for the Multicultural Awards here at Belconnen Arts. That's on the Ngunnawal country. Minister Tara Cheyne, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge my elders, those past, present and emerging, and I thank them for their continuing contributions they have made to life in this city and region. I'd also like to welcome other Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islanders and all nationalities attending tonight's event. For those of you, this may be your first welcome to country, and the Ngunnawal people have been custodians of this land for over 60,000 years. Our elders have passed down this tradition to us. Before entering another person's country, you'd always announce your arrival and not enter until asked to do so. The reason for this practice is to protect your spirit while you're on Ngunnawal country, but to also show respect to the people in the country you're entering. For those of you that have travelled to be with us today, have a safe and enjoyable journey back to your loved ones. And in ending, Madhumita Iyengar, you're all welcome to leave your footprints on the land of the Ngunnawal people. Thank you very much. Enjoy the night. This time last year we were over at CIT. At the same awards, we couldn't do anything, so let's enjoy this one. Thank you.
Well, we're here tonight under the auspices of the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Ms Tara Cheyne MLA. Ms Cheyne is also the Minister for Arts, which is very apt given the space we're in tonight. She is a very busy woman. She apparently has about 17 different ministerial portfolios, I understand. One of them is Minister for Human Rights, and am I correct? You are the first Minister for Human Rights in the ACT? I thought so. It's very apt and a very appropriate connection with multicultural affairs, which is why we're all here this evening. So I'd now like to invite the Minister to the stage to prepare for the formal part of this evening. Please join me in making Bill welcome.
Thank you, John, and thank you especially, Warren, for your very generous welcome to country and for welcoming us all here on this very special occasion. I'd also like to say hello, or Yuma, and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Ngunnawal people. And I acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and their contribution that they make to the life of this city and to this region. How lucky we all are to live here. It is just such a pleasure and a special honour for me to be here, and I'm delighted to help welcome you all to the 2021 ACT Multicultural Awards ceremony. We are in for a wonderful event tonight, celebrating the achievements of some incredible Canberrans. Could I just take a quick moment to acknowledge our VIPs, the members of the ACT Multicultural Advisory Council. This is probably one of the busiest advisory councils that we have in the ACT government. They have a huge agenda and work very hard. And it's a bit difficult for everyone to see each other, but maybe if some of the members could put their hands up. Obviously we have our Deputy Chair here. Kirk, I can see you. And maybe we can just give them a round of applause. Great turnout from the council tonight. Thank you. But our most important guests of all is, of course, all of you, all of the nominees of the 2021 ACT Multicultural Awards, and your family and your friends, who I know are huge supporters in helping you do all that you do for our community. These awards, now in their 11th year, are incredibly special. I think it goes without saying that we are a proudly multicultural city, and these awards rightly recognise that. But it's more than that. These awards recognise that being a proudly multicultural city does not just happen on its own. It happens because of our individual and our collective commitments to it. And it happens because of leadership and contributions from within the broader community. It is one of Canberra's absolute strengths that we have just so many members of the community who make such an extraordinary contribution to diversity, to support, and to inclusion year after year. And this is a great and an appropriate occasion to recognise you formally. And it should be no surprise to many of you then that, given the nature of our community leadership, that each award tonight was highly competitive. I understand it was a very difficult choice for the panel, and so for each we will be not only announcing a winner, but also a well-deserved high commendation. But another strength is the support and the recognition that exists within the community, and that's been underlined in us receiving so many nominations. So thank you to each of you who took the time to submit a nomination in recognition of a colleague, a friend, or an organisation doing great things for our community. It's greatly appreciated by me personally, by the ACT government, but next year, this is the challenge. I want us to see a record number of nominations. This is firmly a night for community celebration, so I will leave it there. On behalf of the ACT government, thank you. Thank you most sincerely to all of our nominees for the work that you do to promote and to strengthen multiculturalism in our great city. We are truly the better for it. Congratulations and best of luck.
We can never say our appreciation too much in every day of our lives for everything that we have, and for the good works here. I'd also like now to invite Andrea Diaz, who is a new member of the Multicultural Advisory Council, to the stage to assist the Minister for passing out our awards. As the Minister said, in each category tonight we have a commendation and a winner. We'll present a certificate to our commendations and also to our winners, and winners will also have the opportunity to say a few words should they wish after they receive their award. Our first category tonight is for the ACT Multicultural Art, Media or Culture Award. This award is for individuals or organisations that have made an outstanding contribution to promoting multiculturalism in the ACT community through art, media or cultural activities in the past 12 months. We have a commendation, and it is my pleasure to announce that. The commendation in the multicultural art, media or culture category is awarded to Ms. Ariane Tan. Please come up on stage, Ariane. Ariane has made significant contributions through her active involvement in the ACT youth and multicultural communities, through her community work, fundraising, education, culture and the performing arts. Her efforts have drawn accolades on local and international media, and she also received a highly commended Young Canberra Citizen of the Year Award. Ariane uses her multicultural skills to collaborate with schools internationally, particularly schools in Asia, in promoting Australian culture and facilitating language exchange. She also teaches instrumental music lessons via the Sound Before Symbol method for young beginners and special children who are not receptive to reading musical symbols. Congratulations, Ariane. Thank you. And now for the winner in this category. The winner of the ACT Multicultural Art, Media or Culture Award is Jackie Malins. Jackie is currently in the Northern Territory and couldn't be with us in person to accept her award, but I invite her representative, Vesna, who is also from Mother Tongue, to come and receive it. And we'll shortly play a message from Jackie, who is currently in the Northern Territory. Jackie demonstrated excellence in contributing to inclusion of people with a mother tongue other than English and celebration of the diversity of their languages and cultures through performance of poetry and music. She's the founder and coordinator of Mother Tongue Multilingual Poetry, which has funding support from the Canberra Academy of Languages. Jackie was also the lead organiser of the Languages Showcase for our Multicultural Festival in 2019 and 2020. This included performers from the ACT and region and further afield. Like other events associated with Mother Tongue Multilingual Poetry, these showcases were highly received and well attended. I'll turn now. I think we have a video from Jackie.
Hi everyone. I'm sending this message from a campground in the Northern Territory near Mataranka. I'm sorry I can't join you there. It's an honour to win an ACT Multicultural Award for Mother Tongue Multilingual Poetry. 5 years ago now, another poet, Lauren Harvey, and I decided to see if we could open a space for poetry in languages other than English here in Canberra. First languages, heritage languages, mother tongues and adopted ones. Poets came and shared their own work, poems written by parents or grandparents, and works by famed poets. We've heard languages from all over the world, including Australia's own Indigenous languages and the language of this Ngunnawal country. Every Mother Tongue event has been moving, inspiring, mind-expanding and heart-opening. We've grown a community that includes multilingual poets and their friends and family, and a wider audience of poetry aficionados. Some people have shared one poem that's important to them. Others have come back again and again. Mother Tongue has been a stepping stone for some into the wider poetry scene, or encouragement to keep writing and publishing in their own language. Thanks again to Lauren for joining me to get Mother Tongue off the ground in 2015-16, and Shanoa Miller for giving us our first stage at the Multicultural Fringe. Thanks to Frank Keithley for this nomination and for auspicing Mother Tongue through the Canberra Academy of Languages. Thanks to Frank and also to Mandy Scott of the ACT Bilingual Education Alliance for their advice, encouragement and their collaboration on the Languages Showcase at the National Multicultural Festival. Most of all, thanks to each poet who has joined a Mother Tongue event, including Vesna Svetijinen and Hangama Obadullah, who are there today. Mother tongue opened the space, but without poets to step into it, it would have failed, and Canberra's poetry scene would be duller and poorer. Thank you.
The award recognises an individual or organisation in the community sector for their dedication to enhancing cultural diversity and promoting inclusion over the last 12 months. This was a very difficult one for the selection panel to determine, and in determining a commendation and an award, both went to individuals, although there is wonderful work happening by organisations. The commendation for the Outstanding Excellence Award for Diversity and Inclusion goes to Ms. Nishi Puri. Nishi has dedicated her time to serve not just the Indian community, but other diverse community groups in the ACT. She is actively involved in many events and activities with the Indian Australian Association, Global Organisation for People of Indian Origin in Canberra, and the Multicultural Association of Canberra. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Nishi selflessly provided food and other assistance to international students. She also works with Blue Door, delivering necessities for homeless men's shelters. She advocates mental health awareness and organises events for communities to stay connected during the pandemic. Thank you, Nishi.
Thank you.
Outstanding Excellence Award for Diversity and Inclusion. And it is Sandipan Mitra. Sandy demonstrates excellent community to fostering diversity and inclusion and advancing the well-being of Canberrans by embracing not only the subcontinent communities but the broader Canberra community. In the past 12 months during COVID-19, Sandy has been volunteering his time and expertise to services for homeless people, international students, senior citizens, business and other members of the community. He developed some programs and initiatives such as a job seeker program, health information session, motivational workshop and more. Sandy has worked with the Canberra Chamber of Commerce to develop a strategy and open channels of communication between the ACT government and the subcontinent business community to address economic recovery following the pandemic. I'd now like to invite Sandy, if you would like to say a few words.
Wow. Didn't expect it. Thank you. Thank you to those persons, who has advocated this, who has provided me with the nominations, with all my friends, families who are here, Honourable Minister, Honourable all the dignitaries who are here today. Just to start off with, I would like to pay my acknowledgement to my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging, and to the land of the Ngunnawal people. Friends, when I was really little, I'm a very curious man by nature, and I used to go door to door asking to different people that why we're different, what makes us. Why you are always different? Why you feel things that, we are always exclusive of our culture? Why we always claim that we are better than each other? As to go to various wise men, religious institutions, asking for this answer that why we are so different. Why you always feel pride that, yes, I'm different than you. Some people used to tell me that I'm crazy. Some people used to tell me that, hey, what a loser. And then I asked my dad, I'm just trying to find that why we call that you are different. And you know, the people are saying that you're a loser, you're a crazy man. Why you want to know so much of the things? And my dad said to me, son, no, never use this word called loser. There is either a winner or process to win. So you are in the process to win. You will find your answer. Guys, I'm still finding that answer. But you know what, I haven't found the answer yet because there is no answer for that why we're different. But what I found while I was finding the answer is we are not different. The similarities is boring. The difference is uniqueness. And it is our nature of the difference that we don't acknowledge enough the difference and the uniques of each other and encourage and acknowledge and celebrate the uniqueness of this difference of the people. I feel so proud when I came to Canberra. The collective approach of the government and the various community leaders always has gone beyond the mile to prove that we are not different. We are diverse and we are equal. And the beauty is that every diverse people, every different people in the communities has proven and given so much beyond the miles for this community altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. I understand that we are all highly visionary people. You know, the things which you do, it's beyond the miles of what normal people doesn't think of. We are always beyond our comfort zone, always working in that performance zone of doing and delivering something for the community. It's not an easy job. It's a very hard job. You know, we find with the setbacks, we see people who come in our way with negative shadows. There's lack of inspirations. There's no comfort zone. It's always 5 to 9. You know, 9 to 5 is the comfort zone, 5 to 9 is the performance zone. That is the time when we all go beyond the mile to prove. We find obstacles of the people, you know, who think that our visionary dream and the interference in there is their dream. So there are a lot of setbacks. At the same time, you always find lots of cooperations from our colleagues, inspirational leaders, the government, and you know, all these beautiful people around us. And more than that, there is one thing, you know, which always helps us is the power of believing that it's possible. So friends, I encourage all of you that let's all unite together and bring this it's possible power in our mindset. Because through that only we can go there, we can tick all the boxes in our visionary journey. I don't know, you know, closing up my eyes when I'll die, when I'll close my eyes, when I'll go to the God, during that time of the justice, you know, I think if, like the way we all visionary people are delivering for the community, the way we all are thinking that serving others is the rent which you pay to the Mother Earth to pay your rent. And the way, you know, we are all going beyond the mile to help serve the nations, help serve Canberra, help serve the individual communities and the people who need us the most, I think we'll have less answer to give to that Supremo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless Canberra, God bless Australia, God bless everyone, and God bless community service. Thank you.
Organisation Multicultural Champion Award. This award acknowledges social enterprise, businesses, public sector and educational services that have benefited the ACT multicultural community and contributed to strengthening social cohesion and participation in the past 12 months. We're a little bit outside the box this year, folks. The commendation for the ACT Community Organisation Multicultural Champion goes to Girls on Bikes. Come on up. Girls on Bikes is I had to learn what this was too, is a sustainable program led by volunteers teaching women to learn to ride in a safe and supportive environment. This fosters a sense of community and connectedness for migrant and refugee women in Canberra, supports participants' independence and encourages healthy lifestyles. Girls on Bikes is a free Learn to Cycle program giving mobility, independence, fitness and community to migrant and refugee women in Canberra. Over the last 5 years, the Girls on Bikes team has taught almost 150 migrant and refugee women in Canberra how to cycle, reducing social isolation and fostering friendships. Congratulations to Girls on Bikes. Tell you, by the way, do you know why a bike needs to lean up against the wall? Because it's too tired? Okay, moving right along. The winner of the ACT Community Organisation Multicultural Champion Award is IWiN, Initiatives for Women in Media. The acronym of Initiatives for Women in Need is IWiN. This isn't the reason that it has won. It's done a lot more. IWiN was established in April 2013 to support and advocate for culturally and linguistically diverse women impacted by social injustice like domestic violence, social exclusion, gender inequality, low skills and discrimination at home and work. IWiN demonstrates excellence in raising the voices of culturally and linguistically diverse women in the ACT by providing forums and panel discussions. These facilitated free conversation with decision makers in the ACT government and the opportunity to share their views and concerns in a safe and respectful environment. IWiN has also initiated a new project in 2021, COVID Impacts on Called Women in the ACT, to capture the stories of struggles and resilience of culturally and linguistically diverse women during the pandemic. I'd now like to invite Dr. Madhumita Iyengar from IWiN to say a few words.
Good evening, all. I'm really surprised and pleasantly surprised to win this award. And I honestly think this award is not only to IWiN. It doesn't mean that IWiN is the winner. We all are winner because every organization, every individual who has supported IWiN in continuing with the journey, with their all kinds of support, and the names of the individual and organizations are so many. I would not like to omit anyone by just naming a few. I'm just speechless, and I only wish that the way we are working, our focus is on creating that collective impact, and which means that when we work together, we can make the difference, because we not only make the best use of the scarce resources in terms of people, time, and and whatever resources we use in the community services, we also can reach more people. So I urge to you all, so let's work together, let's have the journey together, and make a difference. I'm just looking for words because I'm so happy that this recognition for IWiN, which started the journey in 2013, to be here, to be with you, and to celebrate this evening with you all with this award, it means a lot to us. And most of all, IWiN could not have come to this level without the support of all of you, the government, the community and IWiN committee members who are with me here. Just two of them are here with us. But we have other committee members as well. With me, I would like to just acknowledge Shweta. She is our secretary, and Mary is our treasurer, and of course our family and friends. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us.
Is the category of ACT Multicultural Individual Champion. This is like the gold logie of the ACT Multicultural Awards. This award acknowledges an individual's outstanding efforts that have contributed to making Canberra a more welcoming community after the past 12 months. There were many nominations for the individual champion category, as we can expect in a jurisdiction with such an active community sector like ours, reflecting the great contributions that are being made. The commendation tonight for the individual champion category goes to Mr. Amadeep Singh. Amardeep advocates for diversity and multiculturalism in the ACT and region by providing leadership as president of the FINACT from 2013 to 2017 and promoting religious diversity and harmony and interfaith dialogue among different spiritual faith traditions in the ACT. He is an active member of the Canberra Interfaith Forum and its current correspondence secretary. Amardeep also coordinates the Punjabi Language School and promotes the language, history and culture of the Canberra Punjabi community through many programs and activities, including through broadcasting. And he recently formed a volunteer group called Friends of Molonglo Reserve and Parks to plant trees, remove weeds and look after the flora and fauna. Amardeep manages a community kitchen, offering free food after the religious congregation at the Canberra Sikh Centre on Sundays for around 300 to 400 people belonging to different religions, cultures and ethnicities. Congratulations and thank you, Amardeep. To the winner of the ACT Multicultural Individual Champion Award. As I said, this was for the panel a very difficult decision. The winner of the Individual Champion Award is Dr. Marwah Ahmadzai. Marwah is a doctor and works in women's health as an obstetrics and gynecology registrar. She has been a staunch advocate for cultural diversity, providing outstanding support for people to better participate in Canberra's social, cultural, economic and civic life. She prides herself in providing empathetic and culturally sensitive care to women from all backgrounds across Canberra. She co-developed a video resource on migrant and refugee women's health for Women's Health Week 2020 to highlight a key focus area for doctors working in this area. In 2020, Marwah was shortlisted for the 2020 Canberra Health Services Resident Medical Officer of the Year Award. She wrote an article published on SBS's website, which you can all read, about her parents' journey leaving Afghanistan as refugees and ultimately migrating to Australia to raise awareness of the sacrifices and challenges faced by migrants and refugees when they travel to another country to resettle. She also recently delivered a TEDx talk at the TEDx Canberra Women Fearless Forum titled The Power of Storytelling in Breaking Down Barriers, discussing her own experiences with racism and how she has used storytelling to tackle this. An incredible journey. I'd now like to invite Marwah to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. and I am incredibly humbled and grateful to receive this award. It comes as a great surprise because we've seen so many fantastic and wonderful people doing great work in the community, so it's truly a great honour. And so I thank the Office of Multicultural Affairs for this honour, as well as all of the dignitaries and distinguished guests who are here today. Thank you so much. I think it's important to say that the journey to getting to this point was not one that I made alone, and I owe so much to so many people to be here. Sorry. Thank you. I'd especially like to mention a very special mention to my parents, who, as John mentioned, left Afghanistan many years ago and sacrificed so much so that my brothers and I could study in Australia and make a difference to the community. So actually this award is for them. I'd also like to thank my brother. Thank you for coming with me and supporting me throughout everything. I think the Canberra multicultural community is amazing, and we're seeing increasing diversity in all fields, and to work as a healthcare practitioner in a very multicultural space is incredible. We meet women from all different walks of life who come throughout the hospital, and we care for them through labour, delivery and other aspects of their care. And I certainly see women who feel culturally respected and empowered, having fantastic outcomes. And we've also seen the opposite of that, where women who feel alienated or othered in our healthcare system have poorer health outcomes. So I think the work of the work that we're doing in the multicultural diversity inclusion space is incredibly important. And I think the last parting thought I would leave with you is something that you mentioned in your speech before as well, regarding why we are all different. And I think throughout my life there have been times where I have been made to feel othered or discriminated against for being different. But with time I've come to realise that in fact our difference is our ultimate strength. And I'll leave you with one verse from the Quran which touches on this, and I think it's beautiful, has a beautiful lesson. And the verse says, we have made you into many nations and tribes so that you may know one another. So thank you for coming out today, and please continue to do the amazing work that you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marwah. And those inspirational stories should be shared for our communities and to the next generations too. That concludes the formal part of our awards evening. I do want to say thank you to Office of Multicultural Affairs for all their hard work in organising both the awards and this evening. Thank you to all. Thank you to the panel members who deliberated over this and really got exposed to a lot of great and inspiring work that is happening. It is an inspiration to all of us. Thank you all for joining us this evening to share the wonderful achievements of incredible members of our community. I'll invite now all the award recipients and commendation recipients to please join the Minister for a group photo here, if we could. In the meantime, catch up with friends, have a terrific evening, and keep up your good work in your communities for Canberra. Thank you.